I do not believe that marriage is meant for Nigerians. I feel like we are too dysfunctional. Our perception of love and intimacy is so unhealthy, is so traumatized that we don't even love in a healthy way. And if you don't love healthily, you can't keep a functional family. The family is already dysfunctional. The children that are coming out of those places will be dysfunctional. Nigerian couples don't kiss anyway. They don't kiss. I say it a lot of times that the last time most couples kissed, was when the pastor said, you may kiss them.
So the biggest problem in this video is what I call unhealthy generalization. We tend to think that because you are going through a particular problem, it means every other person is going through that same problem, which is not true. Everybody is not going through the same issues. You cannot use your marriage as a template for another person's marriage. You cannot use what you are going through and say every other person is going through the same challenge. That is not true. There are very, very romantic couples. There are couples who still kiss every single day. There are couples who still feel like they just met. My wife and I, we've met couples that are so that we start to ask ourselves, are we sure we are really doing it right? Because as much as my wife and I, we tend to intentionally make sure our marriage is new every single day, we tend to see people who are doing it way better than us every day. So you cannot say because your marriage is not good because you only kissed your husband on your wedding day, that is how every other couple behaves. That is not true. I've seen people who have 5-6 children and you think they are just dating for the first time or they are just meeting themselves for the first time. So we need to stop this generalization that because your marriage is bad, every other person's marriage is bad. Because one marriage failed, the other marriage failed, it may every other person. In fact, I will say this authoritatively that Nigeria has one of the best marriage records in the world. Statistically, you can check that out. Go to the West, see what is happening in the West. The level of divorce in the West is way higher than that in Nigeria or in any African country. The level of divorce anywhere else in the world is way higher than that in Nigeria or than in any other country. So this generalization doesn't really make sense to me. So don't feel like because your marriage has an issue, every other person's marriage has an issue. I hope this makes common sense.